So the first thing we do, this liquid here is an acid. So let's say we're trying to make copper sulfate, for example. If we're trying to make copper sulfate, so let's just write here CuSO4. What two things can we add to make copper sulfate? So we can use copper oxide, and that's a metal oxide. To get the sulfate part, we can use H2SO4, the acid. So now this is full of acid, this beaker. This beaker is full of acid. So now what we're going to do is we're going to now start adding copper oxide, one spatula full at a time, and then mixing it with this stirrer. We're going to mix it to make sure it all reacts. When are we going to stop? When at the bottom of that test tube, we can see solid. We can see this solid. Now we can see it now. What that solid represents is an excess of copper oxide. It means we put so much of the solid in, all the acid is completely reacted. There's no acid left. So what we've actually produced here, if you have copper oxide and H2SO4, well, inside here now what we've got is copper sulfate plus H2O. And this solid is copper oxide. And there's now nothing left to react with it because we've reacted out all the acid. But we need to get rid of that copper oxide because what we're trying to do is make a copper sulfate crystal. We're trying to make a pure dry crystal. So now we take this whole thing and we put it through the filter. That means the copper oxide will be left behind and the drops of water that go through are actually copper sulfate and water. Now we transfer that to our evaporating dish and we start heating it. Now it can be done in the boiling tube, it can be done in a water bath, or it can be done using a Bunsen burner. But the main thing is when you're left with just a small amount of liquid at the end and it's saturated with the salt, that's when you stop. You leave it on a windowsill, you let the water naturally evaporate. The longer it takes, the bigger your crystals will be. The crystals start to form. And then when you remove the crystal, you dab them dry with a tissue and you have got pure dry salt crystals. So that final process was crystallization. And this is just essentially saying exactly what I said. The only thing here is the question says describe a method to make pure dry crystals of magnesium sulfate from a metal oxide and a dilute acid. Now everyone knows the process. What I just went through is the process. Where people lose marks is here. What do we react with each other? How can you make magnesium sulfate? So how do we make magnesium sulfate? How do we make MgSO4? Number one, we use magnesium oxide. And where do we get SO4 from? H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Don't just wing it.